Hello, welcome back. Today I decided to make cinnamon rolls. We love cinnamon rolls, and most of the time I make them in winter time. There is nothing better than homemade cinnamon rolls, and the house smells wonderful once they're baked. So let's get started. What do I have here? I have lukewarm water with the yeast, and I have melted butter, few tablespoons of sugar. I have 1 egg yolk, lukewarm milk, and flour. I also have vanilla sugar and vanilla extract you can use instead of vanilla sugar. I have a pure vanilla extract, but I'm not using it. I do like to use vanilla sugar. So let's get started. What I'm gonna use first, well, I'm gonna add the milk right there, and then I'm gonna add a few tablespoons of sugar right there, and then I'm gonna add my vanilla sugar. I love the smell of vanilla sugar. Then we're gonna add egg yolk, and I will actually take my fork and whisk this together. Oh, splash of milk, and then I will add melted butter, few tablespoons, and then I will go ahead and add flour. And now we're gonna mix this with a spoon, adding additional flour and making it into the dough. It smells wonderful. My kids love cinnamon rolls when I make them from scratch. We all love them. They're so wonderful, fluffy, delicious, and there is nothing better than a homemade cinnamon roll. Now I'm gonna add gradually more flour and see how much I'm gonna need, and then I will transfer the dough into the mixer bowl. I want it to be kneaded smoothly. That's what I always do. And you can also knead this by hand. If you're kneading it by hand, you should also take a few minutes, like 6 to 7 minutes, to make a nice smooth dough. Here I have my mixer with the bowl and the dough hook attachment, and I will mix this on the very low, number 1. So I will mix it for a few minutes, and after 4 minutes of mixing, this is what you should get. You should have a dough ball just like that. Wonderful and soft. If you have, let's say, see, like right now I have a little bit of sticking, you can go ahead and use pinch of flour. Just knead it a little bit more in your bowl, but do not add any extra flour while it's mixing, unless you have really sticky dough. There we go. And I will go ahead and transfer this into my oil bowl. It's slightly oiled with the vegetable oil. I will let this rise for 1 hour, and after that I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next step. And while our dough is proofing, I want to show you what's the next ingredients we're gonna need, and they have to be on room temperature. So what I have here is a cream cheese. I have a small amount of butter. Those two ingredients I'm gonna use for our topping. And I have a few tablespoons of butter. We need this part for once we roll our dough, we're gonna need to have some softened butter to top the dough with. Another mix is I have light brown sugar, that's what I always use, and I have some granulated sugar, and of course the cinnamon. There is another ingredient we're gonna need, two ingredients we're gonna need. That would be powdered sugar when we mix our topping, and some milk. So I wanted to show you this ahead of time so you can have butter and cream cheese on room temperature. What I'm gonna do, I will cover this with a foil and let it sit with a clear plastic foil, and let it sit on room temperature until my dough is ready. And I'll see you later. And here we are after 1 hour. Look at that beautiful dough. It's amazing. Amazing. It's just wonderful. And then we're gonna go ahead and stretch the dough in rectangular. So I will see, my length is 48 centimeters by 38 centimeters, so I will see how wide it will go and how long. It's wonderful dough. And here we go. I stretched the dough. It's 48 centimeters long and then 38 wide. It's beautiful. I didn't use any flour for stretching. There is no flour. I didn't use it. So now I have my mixture of sugar and cinnamon. I'm gonna mix that together. But before we do that, I have softened butter. That's why I said it's important that it's on room temperature. And I will put this butter on top of the dough and try to spread evenly before I add sugar mixture. So it's important that it's at the room temperature. This is what we're gonna do. Spread all the butter on top of the dough evenly. And then now I'm gonna add sugar cinnamon mixture on the top. It has to be all over the dough, so you can try your best to spread this sugar mixture. And then now I'm gonna just even this with a spoon. And then we're gonna roll it. into nice tight roll. See, I told you the dough is beautiful. I didn't use any flour for stretching. And then I'm gonna take this end here and pinch it before I roll it over, just like that. Same thing, I do this with my bread rolls, or pinching the edge. And then this excess sugar, and then I'm gonna roll it back. Wow, it's so beautiful, as you can see. So beautiful and even. That's what it should be, nice and even. Now I'm gonna go ahead and slice this, and I have buttered my baking dish. So let's see, I'll go with half, and then again in half, so I get 4. And then and then I'm gonna go ahead and slice them in 3s, like each I will slice in 3 portions. Look at that. Wow, it's amazing, beautiful. And it's gonna go onto my buttered baking dish, and you can space them a little because we're gonna let this rise again. You just go and cut them in approximate equal sizes. Wow, they're so beautiful. Look at that beauty. We have 12 cinnamon rolls, and they're gonna go and proof, and then I'll show you the next step. They look gorgeous, and I'll see you later. And here we are after 35 minutes of proofing. They look beautiful, and my oven is preheated at 350. I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm gonna brush every single one of these cinnamon rolls, and then they're gonna go ahead and bake at 350, and I will let you know how long they have baked. In meantime, we have to prepare the topping: cream cheese, butter, and sugar and milk, and I'll see you later. And while the rolls are baking right now, I'm gonna go ahead and make the topping, which is with cream cheese and butter, powdered sugar and milk. So you can use a mixer, but I'm not going to. I will go ahead and mix the cream with the cream cheese with the butter, and then add the powdered sugar to that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the powdered sugar and mix it together before I add milk. You just have to take your time and prepare this while the rolls are baking, so you have it ready, and you can enjoy your beautiful cinnamon rolls. They are homemade, fresh, the best. Now that we have creamed the mixture with the butter, cream cheese, and powdered sugar, I'm gonna go ahead and add milk. I have cold whole milk, and I will go ahead and add by tablespoons so we can get the right texture. Well, as you see, the cinnamon rolls, they do take a while from the dough to preparing the filling. Then on the end we have to make the topping, but it's worth it on the end. So I will go ahead and mix this. I'll probably have to switch to my whisk and until I get desired thickness. So I have switched to my whisk, and I whisked everything together, and this is the desired thickness that I'm gonna go with, and it's all done and ready for my cinnamon rolls. I will have all the ingredients under the description below for the whole process that I made for cinnamon rolls. And here they are. After 35 minutes of baking, we have beautiful cinnamon rolls. They're nicely baked and done, as you see. And also another, they're so soft. Another thing how you can tell that they're baked, they start pulling from the side of the dish. And right now I'm gonna let them sit a little bit before I add my topping, and then after that I will go ahead and take one out to show you how they look like. They're wonderful. And here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add this wonderful mixture on the top, just like that. We just need to cover each roll, so it doesn't have to be all the way covered. If you want extra, you can go ahead and double this amount of filling on the top, or I would say topping, but for me this is the perfect amount. We do not use, usually when I make cinnamon rolls, this is the amount of topping that I use. And here we go. They're so wonderful. My boys are waiting for cinnamon rolls whole morning to try it. And right now it's afternoon. And here we go. I will go ahead and take one out with my butter knife. So right here, it's very soft and warm and all that. It's always hard to take the first one out. Let me see. Move it a little. Wow, it's amazing, but I didn't actually pull it apart yet. It's very hot. Wow. Look at that. It's so fluffy. As you see, it's so fluffy, and with the butter knife, look at that. Look at that. How soft, how fluffy, and how good this is. Just look at that. I don't want to drop it. I just want to show you the fluffiness and how good the roll is. So that would be all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.